You've heard him.
Here we go.
You've seen him.
Popular Mario is in major demand.
Super Mario Brothers.
You've played him. But here's what you don't know.
Hello, it's me, Mario. Here we go.
Get your mushrooms and coins, because away we go.
Something's coming up the plumbing for Luigi's in a bind. Giant turtles out to get him, creepy crabs are right behind. Spider flies, cheaper shites, they're all coming out the pipes. Mario, where are you?
Mario was named after an actual person, a realtor from Seattle.
Name. Mario. Last name.
Mario.
In fact, if you're a video game fanatic, then you probably know that Mario wasn't always named Mario. Before he had his own games, the character appeared in a little-known game called Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Mario's creator, Shigeru Miyamoto, actually first wanted to name him Mr. Video, because he was in a video game.
Hey, you! Get off of my cloud! It's been one of those days.
Despite the brilliance of his name, Miyamoto decided the character needed something more distinct. What do you call a man who jumps? Man jump. That doesn't sound right, does it? I know! Jump Man! That name didn't stick for long, though. Oh! They were struggling to come up with the perfect name when, by a stroke of dumb luck, in walked Mario Segale, the warehouse's landlord demanding his rent.
I got my money!
Hey, don't call me! I'm a grown man!
The group looked at Mario, then back at Jumpman, then back at Mario, then back at Jumpman.
Hello, ladies. Look at your Jumpman. Now back to me. Now back at your Jumpman. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me.
The portly mustachioed man, who was possibly also wearing suspenders, had just unwittingly stormed into video game history. The stars had aligned for the naming of Nintendo's soon-to-be icon. All of Mario's features, the ones that made the developers immediately think of him when they saw Mario Segale, had been created simply out of necessity. According to Miyamoto, most of the design decisions, like his name choices, were functional.
I'm a plumber, and I've got a brother named Luigi. I've also had a bad history with this fire-breathing turtle.
Mario was originally created as an 8-bit character, so Miyamoto had to design him so that he was readable in those graphics.
My brother Luigi and me, we used to be the same. But after a few years, if I don't change my ways, this is what the doctors project I will look like.
He gave Mario a big nose because he wanted it to be noticeable. And he gave Mario a mustache because it made the nose more distinguishable from the rest of the face. Mario wears a hat because hair is hard to render in 8-bit graphics. Like babies born into unhappy marriages, Mario's features were created to try and solve problems. I can't fix your marriage, Dad. These features worked, though, and Mario became the iconic image that is recognized around the globe.
How many Marios are there between the two of you?
There's 3. There's Mario and Luigi Mario.
So when an angry landlord stormed into Nintendo's Seattle-based warehouse that day looking for his money, developers saw their
Mario!
When people would reach out to the late Segale, he would refuse to talk about the character. He didn't want his picture taken. In fact, one of the only verified pictures of him comes from his high school yearbook. Now announcing the student most likely to be the inspiration for the most iconic video game character ever. According to friends, Segale was just a private guy who didn't want his recognition to mess with his business. Can you blame him? Who wants a bunch of video game nerds making pilgrimages to their house to ask you where Luigi is? Especially since we all know that Luigi is stepping out with Peach behind Mario's back. Shh. This has been another incredible It's Me, Mario episode of What You Don't Know.
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.